Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're a first time watcher, glad to have you here. If you're a returning favorite, welcome back. So tonight I've got some post-burn reviews of 5 of the new Kringle Candle Halloween fragrances. The 6th one I did receive, which is Cauldron, which is like my #1 fragrance of all time, instead of Halloween. But Halloween is the exact same fragrance as Purple Pumpkins. So if you had the 3-wick and Purple Pumpkins last year, it's the same fragrance. So with that being said, a few housekeeping things here, right? So they launch 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on August 4th. So that's Friday. So that's Thursday into Friday this week. Okay, for us East Coasters, West Coasters, you get it easy, right? Like 9 o'clock your time or something like that. 9:01 your time. I'm going to be doing a live again. I did that last year with the lead up. Last year was kind of that crazy debacle with the pre-sale codes not being texted out to everybody an hour in advance, and they're not doing that this year. So basically, I'm gonna hop on my YouTube channel. Gonna go live somewhere between 11 and 11:30. I'll put up the live time tomorrow. Let you guys know on Instagram. But it's gonna be me, myself, and my candles. And you can ask me questions. We'll chat about the fragrances. I'll bring up some of the returning favorites as well, some of the returning scents that are back this year. We can talk about those. If you have questions, we can sniff them in real time and just kind of have a fun time. I mean, I'm going to be awake till midnight anyhow, so I might as well hop on a live and chat with everybody. So anyhow here, so I do have these post-burn reviews like I promised. Now, I got about 2 or 3 burns on each of these. I didn't have a lot of time to do full halfway burns on most of these, but I still feel like I got a good burn time and good perception as to how these are going to perform going forward there. So I don't know. Let's talk about what I didn't burn first. Let's talk about Witch's Cauldron, right? Witch's Cauldron is a perennial favorite of mine. It's my #1 Halloween fragrance, basically, of all time. Here it is in its 2nd label on the Kringle jars. It was available in country last year, and a different label here, but this is the original label that we're so used to seeing. Actually, this is technically the 2nd label. The very first label, there was a skull in the bottom here, so this is the 3rd label, whatever you want. Now, some folks have asked me if there's a difference between this version than last year's country version. I wasn't able to pull up my country version, so I pulled this out. This is the original 2019 pour, the first year it came back. And if you were to ask me, are they different? They are slightly different. So if you had that version, or even the version from the year after that, it is slightly different. I feel like this one's just a little heavier on the smokiness and the incense in there. This one got toned down a little bit, but it's still my favorite of all time. And this one was even toned down a lot from the original version, 2012. I've got daylight over there of it. But yeah, so if you want a nice smoky incense fragrance that just screams Halloween night, witches in the forest, Witch's Cauldron is it. Fun fact, this label, if you had Cauldron Spell, the black band country candle from a few years ago, 2020 I think it was, not my favorite year. This is the label that is on there, except for that one's a little bit wider, so it has more things on the left and right, but this is the Cauldron that is on there. So that one smells nothing like this. Nothing at all like that. Okay, so that's Witch's Cauldron. If you were to say what's the spookiest candle, Witch's Cauldron, right? If you want to go next to spooky here, 7 Days. Love this fragrance. Think I like it more than Cemetery Lane, to be honest with you. So this one, got 2 burns on here, right? We don't know how the soy wax performs, burns flawlessly. You know, this is normal right? That part's all normal. This was strong. And I'll read you the notes on this one. Dewy greens, herbaceous leaves, apple blossom, jasmine blooms, mint leaf, thyme, cedarwood, patchouli, geranium, and musk. This was the second strongest candle of the 5 that I burnt. This, I mean, you talk about like house filling to me, right? It filled the first floor and traveled up. So if you want that earthy, the damp, dark greens, grass, dirt, right, that kind of stuff with the patchouli that's going on here, but you do pick up the thyme. It's a heavy thyme. Thyme is in here, mint, a little bit of mint, not too crazy, but earth, dirt, greenery, thyme. Again, strong. If I had to give it a throw, this would probably be somewhere around a 7, because there's one that is definitely at least an 8 over here. Obviously, this label is inspired by the Ring movies, or movie. There's 1 or 2 right there. So there's that one. Next, let's chat about Trick or Treat. Okay. Love this label, Trick or Treat. So, important fact to know about Trick or Treat: there's this Trick or Treat, and then there's Trick or Treat in a 3-wick. The Trick or Treat in the 3-wick is the same as last year's Trick or Treat in a 3-wick. This is a completely different fragrance. Got about 2 burns, 3 burns on this one. So this one says poison apple, green, aldehydic, fir, marine, pine, cinnamon, clove, sandalwood, musk, cedarwood, gewiac wood, and moss. So you do get that apple in here, right? This one was medium, about a 6.5, maybe a 7. Not as strong as 7 days. You get the fir. This one is not quite as outdoorsy as 7 days is, but you do get a little bit of that marine, like a little masculine cologne type in here. It's not my favorite of the new bunch. It doesn't scream Halloween to me. It's kind of clean, kind of a clean fragrance. But does have a little spookiness to it. I don't know. I'm torn on this one. Because the apple note isn't that strong. It's in there, but it's a clean, fresh fragrance. A little outdoorsiness after burning it. It's nice. It's not the greatest. I do like it better than the Trick or Treat and the 3-wick, though. I'm not a fan of that fragrance. Not a fan of that one at all. But this one, I love the label on this one. The 2 jack-o'-lanterns right there. So we have that. Next up, let's go with Coven. This one I actually got a good amount of burn time in on, because I really like it. Really like it. Coven is top notes of cinnamon leaf, lemon flower, mid notes of lily of the valley, jasmine, patchouli, base of musk, sandalwood, vanilla, and gewiac wood. Right. Now, when I first did the first initial impressions of this, I said, this reminds me, and I think some folks corrected me, I'm not even sure, walking into a witch shop, a magic shop, with the magic crystals, not the rocks, magic crystals. That's exactly what it smells like to me. Now, upon burning it, though, right, it does go a little powdery. Not quite as powdery as Wolfsbane, right? Not like Devil's Baby powder, whatnot, but has a little floral powdery note going on here. But the overall concept of what I'm getting from it is still that walking into a shop, one of those shops. Not necessarily incense. I don't know what it is about those shops. I don't know if it's just the potpourri or whatever that they have in there. That's what I get. But do note there is a powdery note to this. It is pleasant. It is strong. It is about a 7. Okay. Again, no issues burning there. Where's the camera? There we go. Okay. And also, I did confirm these are going to be $31.50. $31.50. You can save 15% with my code phillycandleman. We'll talk about that, and I'll put all that stuff in the description below. But 15% code phillycandleman. All right, we got 2 left here. All right, I'm gonna save the last one for last for a particular reason. Let's go with Sinister. Now, it's a gourmand fragrance, one that I would typically not like on paper. On paper, it reads ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, mid, Moscato wine, dark plum, cranberries, base, amber, vanilla, coconut, and musk. Now, let me tell you something about the throw on this one. This is easily an 8.5. This was a complete house filler. This was stronger than 7 days. 7 days, if 7 days being that strong, you have to enjoy that kind of fragrance because it's a little nasty, right? It's not like witch's brew. It's a little disgusting, a little nasty, right? A good disgusting, a good nasty, right? For Halloween. But this Sinister is pleasant. It is pleasant. I was pleasantly surprised. I love it. I know. I'm shocked too. That Moscato wine and the berries, it's just so fruity and juicy. I don't know what it is about this candle that I like. It's just, I need to get more of this. I totally need to order at least another one of these. I'm not a fan of the label. Not a huge fan of the label. I think they could have done a little something different with the label. Especially the label doesn't, I feel like the label does not fit the fragrance. Because this is like, a dark creature lurking in the shadows with the red light behind it and the red beady eyes. But the scent is very pleasant and uplifting and gourmand and doesn't say it's a Halloween fragrance without seeing this label, right? Could have thrown this in the fall lineup. It'd be crazy. It could go in the reserve line. I love it. House filling. Very, very nice. Again, Moscato wine, cranberries, fresh berries. Not so much of the cinnamons and the spices in here. Very, very nice. So, highly recommend this one, especially for you gourmand lovers out there. And even if you're not a gourmand lover like myself, you might be pleasantly surprised. You might be. All right, and the last one here, it's evil. Okay. It's evil. Let's see here. Top notes of pastry and spice, mid of butter and caramel, and the base of almond and vanilla. I just burned this today. I got a few hours in on that. It's nice. It's enjoyable. The pastry is in there when you burn it. The vanilla and the almond, right? So it's like the pastry, the flaky pastry, almond, vanilla, and a little bit of that butter in there. Comes a nice pastry treat, really. Almond pastry treat. Maybe like a pastry treat with the almond on top, right? And they have a little bit of that vanilla. They're soaked in vanilla. Its downfall is it's weak. It is about a 5. So it was the weakest of the ones that I burned. And I don't know if that's because I only burned it once or twice, but it is the weakest of the 5. But it's enjoyable. It was really nice burning it. Yeah, obviously it's inspired by It and Pennywise, right? But yeah, if you have any hesitations about its evil, I wouldn't have hesitations about buying it. Um, it's one of the 2 gourmand fragrances in the Halloween lineup this year. I think you would like it. Except for just be aware it's on the lighter side. So, if you have a smaller kitchen, a bedroom, I don't think it's going to do a open concept. So, but yeah, it's not bad at all. Really not bad at all. So, all right. So again, tomorrow night or tonight, whenever I'm posting this, Thursday into Friday, 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join my live, come and chat, bring a beverage, stay awake. We'll chat and about Kringle Halloween, all that fun stuff. Ask me questions, I ask you questions, we'll go from there. 3 wicks are $25.50. These are going to be $31.50 to budget. Inventory levels, I'm hearing they're about the same as last year, maybe slightly more. Last year, Sleepy Hollow sold out first. I think 2 years in a row, Sleepy Hollow sold out first. I think, I'm trying to think what else sold out real quick last year. A lot of them sold out real quick. So if you want something, try to stay awake. Because if you wake up in the morning, it may not be there. And they are shipping right away. I don't know if they'll hold them if you live in a warmer climate. I'm not sure that they'll hold the orders. You can always reach out to customer service and ask them to see if they'll do that. But I can say these were shipped to me. They sat over the weekend in UPS facility. They shipped on a Friday. They got here on Tuesday last week. So, and it was kind of hot, and I had no issues with the soy formula. If they were paraffin, they'd be candle soup, no doubt. But that's what I got for you. So, hope you'll join me tomorrow night. Save 15% with code phillycandleman, and good luck, happy haunting, happy Kringle Halloween launch week. So, all right, guys, I'll see you real soon. Stay safe.